Be Phenomenal video. And the reason I showed you the Be Phenomenal video is because I want you to understand that you can be phenomenal, and it's all about your mindset. Sometimes when kids go to college, they feel this pressure. And in terms of the pressure, what the kids think about is they think about their grades and they got to get such and such a grade. My advice to you is to not do that. My advice to you is to concentrate on the way you go about your business. Make sure you work every day. Make sure that you have your goals in mind. If you notice in that Be Phenomenal video, everybody was sweating and everybody was willing to take a little bit of pain. I like the line in there that says, if you're not pursuing your goal, then you're committing a form of spiritual suicide. You are born with awesome gifts, things that are very special to you. You have incredible abilities, and around these, you want to build your life. You want to have a super future, but you can't have that future and neglect your responsibilities and your work and the things you should do. So concentrate on developing a work ethic. Concentrate on how you go about your business. You do that, and the grades will follow. The grades will do really well. All right, so I want to review a little bit some of the questions that we've been working on in class and some of the ideas. So again, I'm going to play these questions and put questions up, and you are supposed to answer them by pausing your video and then answering them. And on my end, I'm just going to go right to the answer. That way the videos are recorded much more efficiently, and it gives you the amount of time you will need to answer the questions. So, start. All right, so it says, what does the mnemonic device PPSS stand for? It stands for population parameter. That is to say, a parameter is something drawn from a population. And sample statistic. Statistics are drawn from a sample or part of the population. All right, now we have these questions, which will also work on those terms. You can read it and then go over the correct solutions. Go ahead. Okay. On my end, determine what the key terms are, or what the key terms refer to in the following study. A study was conducted at a local college to analyze the average cumulative GPAs of students who graduated last year. Fill in the letter of the phrase that best describes each of the items below. All the students who attended the college that year, the cumulative GPA, and so on and so forth. So you've worked your way through that, and you've done a form of matching as best you can, and these are the correct answers. Number one, the population is all of the students who graduated from the college, not who attended. The reason it's not who attended is because it specifically says a study was conducted to analyze the GPAs of students who graduated last year. Okay. Number two, that is G. The average cumulative GPA of students in the study who graduated from last year. Now, the statistic always comes from the sample, okay? So the statistic comes from the sample. They analyze the grades of some of them, and they then bring it to a conclusion about the whole. Number three, parameter. That is letter E. The average cumulative GPA of the students who graduated from college last year. In other words, all of those students, the entire population. PP, population parameter. Next up, sample. Sample is number 4, which goes to D. A group of students who graduated from college last year, randomly selected. The key here is that they're randomly selected, but also that it's a group of the students. It's not all of the students, okay? Population is all of them. Sample is a subset or a part of all of them, part of the population. Number 5, that's variable. And for that, we have B, the cumulative GPA of one student who graduated from last year. Yes. Well, the variable is the GPA of what one student was. Yes, I misread that a little bit. Yeah, whatever the GPA was, that's the variable. That's the thing that can change. And number 6, data. Data is C. Those are actual cumulative grades of them: 365, 280, 15, and 39. I don't think with a 15 you're going to be doing a lot of graduating. As I mentioned before, it's all about how you go about your business and how you do your work. Okay, next up, determine what the key terms refer to in the study below. Blah, blah, blah. Read through, answer. Okay, So now we're ready to go through these answers. The population is all the cars containing dummies in the front seat, every one of them that was there. The sample is the 75 cars that they selected by a simple random sample. The parameter is the proportion of driver dummies who would have suffered head injuries. And that's if you apply, if it's done to the entire population. The statistic is the proportion of driver dummies who would have suffered head injuries in the sample, I'm sorry. The variable is whether a dummy would have suffered head injuries. That's what we're seeing. It varies. Sometimes it does, sometimes they don't. And the data are yes, you had a head injury, or no, you did not. Okay. So now we're going to move forward and start our study of types of data. Up until now, and even a little bit past here, we're going to do a lot of vocabulary.